He was laughing at the scene. He was excited about going to jail.
Please excuse me if I don't care about your PTSD, because guess what? Regina and I have it too.
But he didn't stop after the first hit. He didn't stop after the second hit. He didn't stop after the 8th hit.
Excuse me if I say, I hope they put you in jail so far up under the jail that your bones don't get a chance to disintegrate.
The court is going to deny the application. The court will find the defendant guilty. State, you can proceed first as because you are opposed to their application. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. We have 2 witnesses. I'll call Ronald King first. He's under Ron King.
Mr. King, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. Could you state your name for the record, please?
Ronald King, K-I-N-G.
All right, state.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. King, so the court is familiar with the case. She's had a chance to read the police report.
Okay.
But the reports don't necessarily give all the details, especially from your experience. So can you tell the judge about the events that happened that night?
So it was August 15th. It was the first time me and my siblings had a chance to get together since the death of our mother. She passed away at the end of 2018. So we all gathered in San Antonio to do two things: celebrate family, and I was turning 60 in a couple of weeks. So we went to the VFW. My sister, who lives in San Antonio, had arranged for a surprise party. So it was a fun night, right? We hung out a little bit, did a little bit of karaoke, and then somewhere around 1 o'clock, we started heading home. So I'm not familiar with Texas. I've been there only one other time, and my sister had been driving us around the entire time we were there. But when we left there, something told me, sometimes you hear that still small voice, and something told me, take the keys. So I told my sister, I'll drive. She's like, no, I'm driving. I said, nope, I'm driving. So we get in the car, we're driving, we're talking, everybody's in a good mood. And I look up and I notice there's a car who's tailing me for a while. I don't say anything to anybody in the car, I keep driving. This goes on for a little while. Then I said, I need to let everybody know what's happening. So I said, hey, there's a guy following me. I don't know why he's on top of me. There were 4 lanes on the highway. I was in the second lane from the right. So there was a free lane on either side of me. So not knowing what this dude was doing, I decided to move over to my left. I moved over, he moved over. He's right on top of me. He's so close, I can't even see his headlights anymore. So after a while, I said, let me put some distance between us. So I sped up. He sped up. Then I decided, let me floor this and put as much distance. I did about 80 miles an hour, took off, put some distance between us, figured this nut would calm down now. So I resumed normal speed because I didn't want to get stopped for a speeding ticket. And then I look up, here he comes barreling after me. And we go on this chase that's about 100 miles an hour. Now, I know I smell death in this car. There's no way we're going to survive this. So I told everyone in the car, I said, I got to decide what to do. I can't take a hit at 100 miles an hour. That would be deadly. So I told him I'm going to slow the car down. We're going to take a hit. So everybody brace yourself. We're going to take the hit. And then maybe this would jog this idiot into some sense of reality and we'd be good. We took a hit. He must have been going a good 80 miles an hour, slammed into the back of us, changed the whole mood in the car. So he hit and I took off. And I thought that was it. He's got to come to some semblance of normalcy here. So I take off and he takes off after me and we go on this chase. My sister's in the front seat. She's screaming because she's seeing, we're going about 100 miles an hour. I see a tractor trailer up ahead and I said, I don't know whether to go close to the tractor trailer and figure there's now a witness to what's going on. The downside to that is if I end up in a spin out or a rollover, we could get trapped under the tractor trailer. So I decided that's not a good option. So we're still on this race and I said, I got to get off this highway, but I'm going so fast. I'm unfamiliar with the road. My sister is sitting in the seat next to me and she's flagging the exits as they're coming up. And I was like, you got to give me advance warning. I'm hyper focused on keeping this car straight. Because if I, one wrong, if I hit something on the road or one wrong move, I could destroy this entire car. I don't even have the sense to pray that we get out of here safely. I just knew there was, like I said, there was a smell of death in the car. My prayer was my 2 sisters and Tyra, who was in the car, have young kids at home. My prayer was, my kid's older. And so my prayer was, I need to, whatever I do, if we end up in a rollover, do I turn right? Do I turn left? If I spin out, do I end up, how do I handle this car? If somebody had to be sacrificed, I wanted to be the sacrificial lamb. It was no way that we were going to escape without serious death or harm taking place. So at one point, I'm like, why aren't we on the phone with 911? We get 911 on the call. There, I finally get off the exit. As I'm rounding the exit, he hits me again. And by the way, before we got on with 911, he hit us about at least twice. If you read the 911 report, while we're on with them, another 6 times we get hit. As I'm getting off the exit, he tries to pit us. The other thing I'm thinking about is this nut has got to be carrying. He wants to disable us so he can finish the job while we're trapped in the car. So I'm doing everything I can to stay away from this guy, keep control of the car. We're on this side road, on the service road, and my sister's screaming, poor thing, sitting in the car, watching the events unfold, facing the choices I'm making. I'm coming across an intersection. I have the red light. Cars are stopped there. Cars are coming from the left and the right. And I'm trying to calculate, how do I navigate through the cars that are stopped at the red light and navigate the cars that are coming from the left and the right. So I'm running through red lights. I'm doing it. And then 911 at one point tells us to get back on the highway. The problem is we're going so fast, the cops can't meet us anywhere. So they're telling me where to meet the cops to. And they're like, get back on the highway. And I'm like, that's the last thing I want to do is get on the highway. That means I'm doing 100 miles an hour, at least on the service road. It's a little slower speed. Finally, I make a left. I forget what road it was on, Vance Jackson or one of those. I make a right turn there, trying to get to the 7-Eleven where they're directing us to. And this clown that's terrorizing us tries to make that turn and doesn't navigate it as well and ends up, I guess, bottoming out. And we finally make it to the 7-Eleven. What I found offensive was he was laughing at the scene. He was excited about going to jail. He'd never been in trouble before. So he wants to go to, he's excited about going to jail. Meanwhile, he has done nothing but terrorize 4 innocent folks.
I want to ask you a few questions about your experience while you were on the road. About how far would you say that y'all traveled between first seeing him come upon you to stopping at the 7-Eleven?
From the news reports, because we made the evening news that day. I calculated, I don't know, they said it was about a 30-mile chase.
Okay, and about how long was that time-wise?
Forever. If I had to put a time, I would have said about 45 minutes. But it was shorter than that. We had about 10 minutes from the time that I first noticed him to the time we called 911. Then we were on the phone with 911 another 10 minutes. So probably about good 20 to 25 minutes from the start of the incident till we got to 7-Eleven. And then another 5 hours just being there doing police reports, waiting for EMS. It was a long night.
Was anyone injured as a result of him ramming into y'all?
We were all injured, various degrees. Thank God none of it was fatal or life-threatening injuries. We've all been to chiropractors. I've got to have surgery on my hand, neck. Of course, you take hits like that at that kind of speed. You got neck problems, back problems. So we've all seen therapists, various doctors.
As of now, have you had to pay anything out of pocket?
Most of the out-of-pocket cost has been co-pays. And we have a lawyer who's taking care of working with the insurance companies to make sure all medical bills are covered.
Okay. The vehicle that y'all were in, whose vehicle was it?
My sister had rented a vehicle for the weekend, so it was a rental.
Okay. Do you know if she had to pay anything for that, or was that covered?
That was covered.
Besides physically, how were you affected, I guess, mentally, emotionally?
You know, we're all dealing with the same things, you know, just you're on the road and you see somebody coming up behind you, because this was unprovoked. It was kind of like, you know, a stranger, apparent, you know, for the most part, provoked this attack. So we still have flashbacks. We all deal with the same thing, right? You're driving, you see somebody coming up, and all of a sudden you're transported back to that night. You know, you're in defensive mode. There are times where we've all had the same experience. Just out of the abundance of caution, we pull over on the side of the road, compose ourselves, and get back on and continue. There's a fear of driving at night because this took place at night. There was no cops on the road anywhere to be seen. It was a dark, lonely road. So we all have this fear of driving at night. My sisters have, like I said, have young kids. It's impacted their kids because they're not as available for, you know, there are days where they don't want to go out at night. They don't want to drive somewhere because coming back means driving at night. It's and we've all, you know, like I said, have been in therapy.
Okay. Did you speak to your sister about testifying today?
I did.
And what did she decide?
Has no interest in it because of fear of retaliation.
From the defendant?
Defendant, yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like the court to know?
You know, there's an FBI report that says the average drunk driver has driven drunk 80 times before their first arrest. So I know that there's a belief that, you know, this is the first offense. This is the first time he may have gotten caught. But the way he handled himself that day proves that he's done this before. Chances are he's done this before. You know, I don't buy that theory that, you know, even a defense of PTSD, that's not a get out of jail free card. You know, that would be akin to me saying, because of this trauma that I've dealt with, I keep that in my back pocket. And anytime I need to use that as an excuse, go boom, I had PTSD. That's my get out of jail free card. That's offensive to anybody who served in the military and is dealing with PTSD. That's offensive.
Thank you, Mr. King. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Mr. Smith?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. King, I don't know if you can hear me or
I
see
can
me.
hear you.
Did you say you were in the service too? And
I did not say that. No, I was not in the service. My two sisters were in the service.
all right. And do you have anyone in your family that suffers from dual diagnosis?
From what?
Dual diagnosis,
I don't know what that is.
mental impairment that requires medication to treat a condition?
No.
And have you ever been around people that require medication
Yes.
and they have been off their medication?
Yes.
And you would agree, would you not, that the reaction is not normal?
Yes.
Mr. Peavy will be
But I
addressing.
don't know by the way, I don't know anyone who's been off their medication and goes out drinking at night.
Mr. Peavy will be addressing you later. Now, in the almost 2 years, I believe it has been, or year and a half, has Mr. Peavy attempted to contact you?
No, I don't have any fear of him contacting me.
You know if he's attempted to contact your sisters?
I do not know whether he has or not.
Has Mr. Peavy's insurance company been available to take care of the damage you have suffered.
You would have to speak with the attorneys on that.
And thank goodness we're all alive today. Would you describe yourself as a person who is a forgiving person, a person who demands an ounce of blood or pound of flesh, a person that can understand circumstances?
I am definitely not a vindictive person. Let me, if that night ended after that first hit once, he came to his senses, and that was it, I would be standing here today saying, you know what, let's go easy. He came to his senses, but he didn't stop after the first hit. He didn't stop after the second hit. He didn't stop after the third hit. He didn't stop after the fourth hit. He didn't stop after the fifth hit. He didn't stop after the sixth hit. He didn't stop after the seventh hit. He didn't stop after the eighth hit. So I'm forgiving, but there's a certain amount of accountability that he should be held to.
Yes, sir. What I'm getting at is this, sir. You don't know if Mr. Peavy served in the military, do you?
It's my understanding that he has.
And you don't know the medications that he's supposed to be on, do you?
It's not my responsibility.
My question is, you don't know the medications he's supposed to be on, isn't that correct?
It's not my responsibility. I don't know, because it is not my responsibility. It's his responsibility.
Sure, and we'll be addressing that. May I have just a moment? I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yes, you can have a moment.
I'm sorry, I apologize. My client will be speaking to what happened a little bit later. Mr. King, we are terribly sorry for what happened. My client will be speaking to you and your sisters in open court today and to the court. And thank goodness we are alive and you are alive today.
All right, State, call your next witness. If there are no more questions for this witness, please.
No other questions. May I be excused?
Yes.
Next witness will be Tyra Brown Howell.
Okay, I think, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a moment, please. How are you listed on the screen?
Tyra Brown Howell.
All right, I see you. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, if you can lower your hand and state your name for the record, and if you could spell your first and last name, please.
My name is Tyra Brown Howell, TYRA BROWN-HOWELL. Forgive me for the background noise. I'm at work.
No problem. State, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Brown Howell, you've heard the testimony that Mr. King just gave, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't want to go all of that again, but can you tell the court about, I guess, your personal experience when that was all going on?
Well, when Mr. King said, okay, somebody should be calling the cops, I could actually talk to the cops because Ruby was sitting next to me praying. Ruby is a minister. She was praying. That's how I could talk to them. To this day, first of all, I had to take 2 months off work because I was in pain. Mr. Peavy, you tried to take me from my responsibilities. I am an only child. I have a 15-year-old that I take care of all by myself with no child support. I have a mother who is legally blind with dementia that I take care of. I have 2 sons that I still help out every day. You have me on psych meds that I have never, ever been on before in my life. And please excuse me if I don't care about your PTSD, because guess what? Regina and I have it too. And we take our medications. And you know just as well as we do that they tell you when you get in there, You cannot drink with your PTSD medication and to take it every day. And not only that, I have a bad heart. So when an EMS came, guess what? My heart rate was 148. I had to go home and retake medication twice so that I could slow my heart down. So I'm there for my responsibilities. So your excuse of PTSD, and yes, I was in the military and I was in for 18 years and I still work for the government in the VA. I went out and bought guns that
I'm sorry,
I don't even believe in.
Ms. Brown, give me a second. So a couple things. The court reporter has to take down everything that you're saying. And so
I'm sorry.
And then after sentencing, you'll have a chance to speak to Mr. Peavy directly. Right now, the court, just letting her know basically your experience.
Sir, I don't sleep at night at all. I sleep 2 or 3 hours now. I walk around. My gun is right there, both. My shotgun and my 380. You messed up 4 lives. All of us have young children. 2 of us are single, and our children depend on us. I don't function well. My heart medicine has been increased. My psych meds have been increased. And that don't work. Because I try. I take them every day. But I have a hard time. I'm really having a hard time. That night changed my life. I can't even keep a decent relationship now.
Is there anything else that you'd like the court to know, ma'am?
I go to work every day. I'm in pain. I go to bed every night. I'm in pain. I walk around with a TENS unit on, so when the pain gets so bad, I can turn it on and numb it enough. I have special parking now because I can't walk across the street from the parking garage without my leg going out. And I don't want to fall in the middle of the street. So I have to park on campus. And Ron didn't say to y'all, it was over 30 miles that he chased us. And we had gotten up to 120 speed-wise. There was, at one point in time, there was a brown Tundra in front of us at the intersection where you get from 410 to I-10. There was nowhere for us to go. That was the the second time that you hit us the hardest. You tried to push us off that overpass. The next one was when that 18-wheeler, AGB 18-wheeler with the blueberries on the side. That's when we got hit even harder. Knocked my glasses off my face. My head hit the front of the seat. My glasses were behind me. I didn't even realize they were gone until I tried to read the sign. I haven't been on that part of the highway since. It took me a year before I could even get on the highway. My daughter has saved a lot of people because my anger has been through the roof. And if it wasn't for my 15-year-old and she says she wants to be a doctor and I want to see my baby walk across the stage with my own 2 eyes, not from behind a jail cell. Ooh, oh my God. I bought guns because I was scared this man's coming to my house. There's nobody there but me, my mother, and my child. My son moved from South Carolina to try to help me work through this. He left his child, his job, his house, and everything to come help his mama out. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize.
It's okay, ma'am. I'm gonna pass you so that Mr. Smith can ask you questions.
Mr. Smith?
Rain?
Yes, Mr. Smith?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Brown, Howell, can you hear me?
Yes.
I had a couple questions.
Mr. Smith, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm going to have to ask you to speak up so the court reporter can hear. And if everybody can remember, she can only take down one person at a time. So if you'll wait, Ms. Howell, until the defense asks the question. And then defense, if you'll wait till she answers before your next question.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Smith.
Thank you. Ms. Brown, how, you're in the medical field, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You were a honorable service discharge from our armed forces,
Yes, sir.
and you have seen situations in your life that are not too pretty, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't know where, I'm sorry, let me back up. I don't know Mr. Peavy, what happened with Mr. Peavy that night. He will be apologizing to you, your brother, and the two other people. He will be speaking. What I want you to know is that I understand your pain. It is a severe trauma.
No, sir, you don't understand it.
Well, ma'am, I do understand it. I've been through it too. So I understand. And I honor you for coming forward and having the opportunity and the voice to speak.
I'm not going to be a victim anymore.
And that's the appropriate response. So I'm going to let Mr. Peavy do the talking when it comes his turn.
All right, any other questions for this witness?
No, Judge. May she be excused?
Yes. State, do you have any more witnesses?
No, Judge. State rest.
All right, and Mr. Smith, are you going to call Mr. Peavy as a witness?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to take Mr. Smith. Let's take just a brief reset, if you don't mind, because there are a couple of people who are here who are just here for a reset, okay?
Very well, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I appreciate your understanding and your patience. And everyone, the witnesses to this case, if you'll just give me a moment, please. And I appreciate everyone's understanding and patience. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call Daryl Peavy.
All right, Mr. Peavy, if you could raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. You may proceed, defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Peavy, you heard the two witnesses. Did you not?
Yes, I did.
And tell me how that affected you.
I can't believe I did something like that. Honestly, that's not in my character. And like I said, I changed a lot and I apologize for that. If you look back, you'll never see anything like that. And I know he said that people who drive drunk and have done it 85 times more. In my case, that's not the truth. Like I said, I made a mistake that night of I don't know what, and I can't never take that back from them. To have somebody think that they got to be afraid of me, that's not me. That is not me. And if they asked anybody that knows me, they'll tell you he's probably the last person in the world you ever got to be afraid of. That's the part I can't deal with right there. That somebody's out there that's afraid and I changed their lives. I ask you to forgive me, but if you don't want to, I understand completely. I understand totally, because I did something that night that and to be honest with you, this is the first time I heard about what I did. And I'm ashamed of myself for that. So, but like I said, there's no way in the world that you have to fear me about anything. And I apologize and I accept responsibility for everything that I did.
Mr. Peavy, would you give the court a brief background to your history?
Ex-military, served, ex-postal worker, served, worked in the churches. I've done a whole bunch of stuff. And pretty much, like I said, I've always tried to give back. I've always given, I don't understand me at this time. You can go back and see where I've worked here doing this. I do food, backpack drives. I do food services for the homeless. I do everything. I don't know what happened that night. I just do not know.
Do you have any recollection.
And that's the sad part. I don't remember even doing it. And when he told me just listening to him about what I did, good God, I can see why you wouldn't forgive me. And it's hard for you. The one thing that I regret is that you have to live with that. And I will always regret that. You know, it's hard for you. I don't have a recollection of it. So it's easier for me, but it's really hard for you because you got to live it for the rest of your life. I understand that. And I'm sorry for it. So like I said, I understand if you don't forgive me, and I wouldn't blame you.
Do you accept responsibility for what happened?
I accept responsibility for it.
In fact, did you instruct your attorney, that's me, not to file any motions to challenge this?
Yeah, I didn't file and challenge anything.
And could you tell us about your family life, siblings, children?
I have 13 children. I got the 9 natural, three stepkids. I have a 10-year-old at home. I have a 15-year-old at home, a 13-year-old, and a 19-year-old. And only thing I do normally is, like I said, take them to school, pick them up, help them with their homework. That night I went out, I don't even know why I went out. I just went out. And then, like I said, I don't remember anything about that night. So that's pretty much my day. That and talking to my neighbors, that's it.
Mr. Peavy, during the almost year and a half or 2 years from the time of the incident, did you attempt to retaliate or contact the 4 individuals?
No, I didn't even, I didn't try and contact them. I didn't even try to read anything or do anything because I was told not to get in contact with them. And I didn't understand what was going on at the time, but I didn't try to call them anything. When the lawyers called me and told me that they were trying to settle everything with them, that they would do it. So they said, don't accept any paperwork or anything from them. Let us handle it. So I did, but I told them to make sure that they handle everything.
Mr. Peavy, to your knowledge, have all the obligations been met by the insurance company?
They sent by the vehicle. They sent that they were handling everything, and I shouldn't talk to anybody about it. So that they said that they were covering different things and all of that, and they had made them an offer to settle and all kinds of things.
Without going into that, is there anything else you could do to make the physical damages whole?
If I could make more restitution, I could. But I don't want them to be afraid of me. That's the last thing I want. I would never, I don't want anybody being afraid of me.
Now, Mr. Peavy, it's been about 27 or 28 years since any prior incident. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us what you've learned in those 28 years.
That, like I said, sometimes it's best to just step away. So I step away a lot of times. And like I said, it makes you feel like when you step away, sometimes it don't make you feel all that great, but you know it's better to just step away. And people know I will walk away in a heartbeat.
What do you mean by the term step away?
That means walk, turn around. If anything's going on, I got this thing that says, just apologize, I'm sorry I offended you, and just walk away.
Mr. Peavy, have you got any diagnosis from the Veterans Authority, Veterans Affairs?
Such as health and all that?
Yes.
PTSD, I have chronic heart disease, like I said, and diabetic, sleep apnea, you name it, I got all of that. And sometimes I'm on heart medication right now. And then sometimes if it dips too low, I have to go on a defibrillator.
Mr. Peavy, what do you think your punishment should be and why?
Whatever the judge thinks, I don't know. Man, I'm listening to that, I don't know. You know, I don't know, honestly, because that's horrible. You know, I know they say one is worse than the other one. I just, at this point, I just listening to that, I wish I could take it all back. That's what I wish I could do. I wish I could undo that night. I really wish I could undo that night. If I could do anything, I want to undo that night.
And yet you can't, can you?
No, I can't.
What plans do you have to go forward if the court were to grant your application for probation?
I just need to go back to doing what I was. I don't know. Like I said, I hurt, man, right now. I tell you, I hurt so bad right now. I don't know what to do.
Do you have resources available for your dual diagnosis through the VA?
Yes,
And are you telling this court that if the court sentences you to a term of probation, that you will voluntarily and willingly accept those services and medication?
yes.
Have you had any violations of any bond conditions since you've been out on bond?
None.
Do you take your analysis as directed by the court and pretrial?
Yes, I will.
And do you believe that that is going to be an issue?
No, it won't. Like I said, the alcohol in my system, you won't ever find. I don't know what happened. Like I said, no drugs, no anything. I'll take a drug test every day. I'll take a urinalysis every day, and you will never find anything in my system.
And if you took one today, what would the result be?
0 for everything. Nothing.
Mr. Peavy, your apnea. Do you have a CPAP machine?
Yeah, I sleep on that because I have that and a heart conditioner. So every day is a chance that I'm not going to wake up. So I have to live with that. If you listen to the statistics, I got about 18 months left.
How would you, if you were the judge, sentence you?
I don't know, because I wouldn't want her job right now. I would not want her job right now.
And how do you feel the people who were affected by your actions?
I wouldn't be mad at anything they said. I'm sorry. Only thing I do is keep apologizing. You know, I was wrong. I stand here. So what? You know, I can't make a decision on any of that. I was wrong. I mean, when you're wrong, you're wrong. You know, whatever you get is what you get. So it's just like stand up there, be a man, and take your punishment. But I apologize to them. Like I said, I just don't want nobody to be afraid of me. I just do not want that. If I could take that one part back, like she said, being afraid of me, oh. If you know anything about me, I protect everybody. I put myself in the way a lot of times. I don't hurt people, harm people.
And yet this time,
I did.
so what are we to do with you, Mr. Peavy?
I'm at everybody's mercy. I'm just at everybody's mercy.
If the court gives you a term of 10 years deferred or probation, can you do that?
I can do it. I can.
If the court orders restitution to the individuals, can you do that?
I will make every effort to make sure it happens.
If the court orders you to enter into any type of dual diagnosis treatment facility, will you do that?
I'll do that.
Do you share your records of progress, PTSD, and dual diagnosis with the court?
I will.
Have you written a letter of apology to the individuals?
They told me not to have any contact or do anything, so I've been afraid to put their name on anything. They told me nothing. So I'm afraid to even, like I said, I still don't know but one name, and that's the gentleman that spoke first, and I just found out her name. So, when they said leave it alone, I left it alone.
Can you tell me why you have no family members today in the courtroom?
Because I'm ashamed and I don't want them to be here to see this.
And yet, here we are.
Like I said, I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of that. And they would never have expected this from me. So, like I said, they're going to be shocked, but hey.
The courts could sentence you to a term at the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Institutional Division. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand that too.
And that's a real possibility.
I accept that too. I was wrong. Like I said, I accept my punishment. I'm wrong. There's no other way to say it. I'm not trying to make excuses or anything else. I was wrong that night. I'm not going to waste the court's time telling you, oh, I didn't know, I was wrong. Well, I was wrong.
Mr. Peavy, the court will go ahead and sentence you, and then the individuals will speak to you the impact. Sometimes that may be the greatest punishment, allowing the individual to express what is inside. Can you stand here and understand what their pain is?
I can.
Could you understand what you did?
Let me change that. I don't understand. I can't ever feel what they went through. Let's change that back. I no matter what, because I don't understand what they're going through right now. They could tell me, but they feel it. I don't. That's the thing. I can't feel what they feel. I can only sympathize with them for causing the pain.
Are you playing an excuse card of PTSD?
No, sir.
Are you playing an excuse card of dual diagnosis?
No, sir.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell this court or the individuals that you hurt?
Once again, I understand if you don't accept my apology, but I do apologize with all my heart, but I do not want you to be afraid of me. That's the last thing I want. I couldn't take somebody being afraid of me.
Mr. Peavy, have we covered everything you'd like to say?
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
So the only thing I can say again is I'm sorry. And I did it, you know?
And you can change your ways, Mr. Peavy.
I can change my ways.
Are you willing to do that?
I'm willing to change my ways.
Ask the witness, Your Honor.
State.
Mr. Peavy, when were you diagnosed with PTSD?
2010.
Okay.
I think on the letter, it was before that, but 2010 is when she gave me the letter.
Were you prescribed with medications?
Yes, sir.
Did you take those medications?
Yes, sir.
Were you taking those medications at the time of the offense?
No, I didn't, because I just moved here and I didn't have them.
How long?
I'm sorry, repeat that last answer and keep your voice up, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I had just moved here. And then, like I said, I had to get all my prescriptions and stuff transferred here.
How long had you been off your medications when this happened?
About 6 months.
So for 6 months, you didn't get your prescription filled for your PTSD?
Yes, sir. It's hard
Why
to
is
get
that?
It's trying to get transferred here and find a doctor. And then COVID hit and all that other stuff. And it's just really hard trying to get in and get it.
Well,
And
this was in August of 2019, so it was before.
Yeah, when I got here, like I said, we hadn't been here that long. We moved here because, like I said, we came here to transfer for my wife's job. And then, like I said, all this stuff started. And like I said, so then the COVID hit. And so I still don't have an appointment with VA. My VA doctor is back in Dallas. It's not here. So, and then when you try and get an appointment with a physical psychologist, it's hard. They don't accept your insurance. They don't do anything.
On the night of the offense, you made a choice to go out that night,
Yes, sir.
and you made a choice to have a drink.
Yes, I did. But yes, I did.
And it was your choice to become intoxicated, correct?
I didn't plan on getting intoxicated because I don't drink that much. What I did, the only thing I remember about that night is somebody handed me a cup. I can be honest with that. And I didn't even think about asking what was in it.
Have you had a chance to review the police reports or the PSI report?
No, I didn't look at any of that. Like I said, I'm guilty. I don't want to look at it because I'm embarrassed enough as is it is even happening.
So if I were to tell you that at the time of the offense, you tried to put it on the victims in this case, and you said that they were the ones chasing you, would you disagree with that?
I don't even remember giving statements.
Okay. Do you remember what Mr. King testified to, that at the time that you were arrested, you said you were excited to go to jail?
Like I said, that's why I said I don't remember anything. And I don't remember that night at all. That's the sad part. And I can sit there and you can, whatever, but I don't remember that night. That's what kills me the most. I don't remember. I don't remember anything.
Okay,
I remember
thank you,
waking
Mr. Peavy.
up, that was it.
No further questions, Judge.
All right.
I have, Your Honor, if I might, real quick.
Yes.
Mr. Peavy, did you take any derivative of Ambien for any of the conditions?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, irrelevant. Move to strike my own question, Your Honor.
I don't know what
Okay.
that-
All right. Any other witnesses from either side?
No, Judge.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is finding previously found there was sufficient evidence of guilt. The court is going to deny the application. The court will find the defendant guilty. Court will sentence the defendant to 6 years in the prison, give him credit for any time served. There should be no contact with Ronald King, Regina King, Tyra Brown Howell, and Denise Connor. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Peavy, I'm showing you a document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Peavy, we're going to go off the record. My understanding is that there is victim impact. Is that correct?
What is that?
Yes, Judge.
And who are the two people who will be speaking?
Just Tyra Brown Howell.
All right. Mr. Peavy, what I require in the courtroom is that everyone treat everyone with respect. It doesn't, it makes no difference if somebody has been convicted of a crime, if they're accused, if they're complaining, if it's me, if it's a prosecutor. And so Ms. Howell will be respectful to you, and I expect that you will be respectful to her. She's going to say some words to you. Internalize what she's saying, okay?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Howell, let me find you. All right, Ms. Howell, you may proceed.
Mr. Peavy, this is what I'm going to say to you. I teach my children every day to use your head for more than a hat rack, to think about the things you do before you do them, because everybody has a choice in the things that they do. If we did not use our choices, this would be a horrible world. But I teach my sons, own up to what you do, because every action has a reaction. And most of the time it's your choice, whether it's good or bad. Now, I walk around here and I'm scared because I don't know you. If I saw you, I don't know you. I work at the VA. You could come up here and get me. I wouldn't know you from a hill of beans. But what I'm going to tell you is this, because God says that we should love and we should forgive. I can love you and I can forgive you, but I will never, ever, ever forget the fear you have caused me. I have a grandchild coming in August that I may not have been here to see. I have a grandchild coming in August that I may not even be able to pick up because my back and my neck hurt me so bad. And for you to want to, or your lawyer, let me say that, to want to use PTSD as your excuse in your medical conditions, guess what? I have PTSD. I have heart problems. I have diabetes. I have back problems. I have neck problems. I have glaucoma. I have so many medical conditions right now. I made the choice to go out, but I didn't drink. And for you to say it took you 6 months to get medication, no, sir, because you are in the government system. You know you can go to the ED and get a prescription long enough to last you until you get your primary care. You know that, and I know that. So I can't accept that excuse. So excuse me if I say, I hope they put you in jail so far up under the jail that your bones don't get a chance to disintegrate. Because you have changed my life forever.
All right,
Forever.
thank you, Ms. Howell. All right, Mr. Peavy, good luck to you, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so can you take my